Thanks for tuning in. Ham Talk Live will be on the air shortly. Please stand by. Thanks for tuning in. Ham Talk Live will be on the air shortly. Please stand by. This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by Tower Electronics. For connectors, cables, and more, call 920-435-2973 or visit pl-259.com. And by ICOM. Heard it, worked it, logged it. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information about ICOM radios.
Standing in the snow with a brand new radio, catching the ISS, satellites are the best. Update on the roof, repeater down the street. What fun it is to make contacts with everyone I meet. Oh, radio, radio, cute and folks one day. I like to get all the gifts around the USA. Hey, radio, radio, cute and folks one day. I like to get all the gifts around the USA.
Hey, good evening, everyone. It's time for Ham Talk Live. It's episode number 194. The 12 Days of Christmas special event recorded live on Thursday, December 19th, 2019. I am your host, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Ham Talk Live. Tonight we're joined by Lou Maggio in O2C. And we'll take your calls live in just a few minutes. Last week, Katie Allen, WY7YL, was here to talk about holiday gift ideas for hams and some ham holiday traditions. And you heard one of our new traditions, the new holiday theme song that Emily wrote. We unveiled that last week. But if you missed the show with Katie, you can still listen at hamtalklive.com or on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube, or you can catch the rebroadcast each week at WTWW 5085 AM, and that's on Saturday evenings at about 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So get your questions ready to go about the 12 Days of Christmas special event. And if you're listening to us live on Thursday night, you can give us a call tonight. I'll give you the phone number here in just a second, so you can write that down and have it ready. We're going to talk to Lou first for a while, but we'll give you the phone number so you have it ready. So after the interview, you'll be able to give us a call at 812-638-4261. That's 812-NET Ham 1. You can also tweet us anytime tonight. On Twitter, we're at Ham Talk Live. And if you're listening to us directly on Spreaker and you've got an account, you can type in the comments there. We'll see those as well. So I'll be back with Lou right after this word from ICOM America right here on Ham Talk Live. Wish it, wrap it, gift it. Step up your gift-giving game this year and get your favorite ham, the transceiver, at the top of their list. ICOM offers a variety of high-performance and innovative products. Make the most of this holiday season with one of these ICOMs today. The IC7610 'Tis the season to give your favorite ham the SDR they really want. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out the faintest of signals, even in the presence of stronger adjacent ones. The IC7610 by ICOM is a direct sampling, software-defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has RF direct sampling, 110 dB RMDR, independent dual receiver, and dual digicel. The IC7300, ham for the holidays. ICOM is changing the way entry-level HF is designed. This high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design will far exceed your expectations. With RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and an SD card slot. The IC9700, this transceiver is at the top of every ham's wish list for this holiday season. Keep your competitive contesting edge with faster processors, higher input gain, higher display resolution, and a cleaner signal. ICOM's IC9700 is the pinnacle of perfection. It has a 4.3-inch color touchscreen, dual watch operation, and full duplex operation in satellite mode, a real-time high-speed spectrum scope and waterfall display, voice recording with an SD card, and support CWAM, sideband, ready, D-Star, and more. Visit ICOMAmerica.com/amateur for more information on these ICOM radios.
All I want for Christmas is to listen to another episode of Ham Talk Live.
ICOM enjoys hams being radioactive in addition to all the contests and activities that they support and sponsor. ICOM is a proud supporter of Youngsters on the Air, Yoda, and December is Yoda month around the world. All the regions are activated this month, so work one or all of the Yoda stations around the world and help create some excitement about our wonderful hobby. Thanks to ICOM for bringing Ham Talk Live your way each and every week. And tonight, we're bringing you Lou Maggio in O2C, and he's here to talk about the 12 Days of Christmas special event. His wife, Sally, K2RYD, came up with the idea, and they've operated and managed it together in this, the second year of the event. Sally had a previous engagement and couldn't be with us tonight, but Lou knows all about it, and he has another special event that we're going to talk about on December 25th that he started a few years ago, and they are both members of the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club in Long Island, New York. So, Lou, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Now, I talked to you and Sally last year, actually, doing a story for Newsline, and we didn't have you on the show. I forget the circumstances. I think the scheduling was already messed up, but we kind of advertised it a little bit here, and now you're on year 2. So tell us how this whole special event got started.
Well, we were having a conversation at the Great South Bay Club about the Christmas holidays, and the 12 Days of Christmas got mentioned. And Sally got this idea that, gee, that would make a great special event. So since we do work a lot of special events, either as participants or as chasers, she took her experience from the Lake Havasu event, the 13 colonies, the museum ships, the events that we've done with Great South Bay, and she designed this 12-day of Christmas event. And we worked with Karen, KD2GUT, designing a certificate that we would make available to be downloaded if you worked one or if you worked all 12 of the special event stations. They're all one-by-one call signs. And what was interesting about the certificate is if you work all 12 of the stations, then your certificate would then say clean sweep across the top. And that has become incredibly popular. So it started like that. Of course, we had to get operators, and originally we went with the 12 operators for the 12 days of Christmas. That turned out to be not the best thing. We realized we needed more than 12 operators because people changed, people had to something to do, and it paid to have more than one operator. So this year, I think we're at 18 or 19 operators with people sharing call signs and things like that. So that's how it started.
Yeah, and I remember you had a shortage last year, and I was able to jump in and do a little bit, and got a satellite contact or two going, and got on HF a little bit, and it was a lot of fun, and I really wish I could have done it this year, but there's just too many too many other things demanding my time at the moment. But I have had a chance to work your station. Actually, Sally was at the mic, and then talked to you're going to have to remind me, we were just talking about
Gary.
Gary out in Arizona. Talked to him this afternoon, in fact, and apparently he's from right around here because he was an Indiana University fan, and so he knew where Bloomington, Indiana was. And I had to disappoint him that I'm not an Indiana University fan, but it was good to get him in the log, and hopefully next week I can find a day or two that I can get in there. But yeah, so you've worked out some of the bugs here. You've got more operators, so that way you can kind of rotate it around and fill in. And if some of the call signs haven't been used as much, you can kind of level that out a little bit. So that's some good news. Well, how did the event go last year? Let's take a look back at last year. How did things go?
All in all, I think it went great. We did 12,200 contacts last year. As you know, the certificate is downloadable. That's a word, I think. It's downloadable, and you're able to go to our website, the club website, and you can download the certificate. You just have to put in your call sign, and if you're in the log, you can get a certificate. If you've worked all 12 of the stations, then your certificate will say clean sweep across the top. 1,800 of those certificates were downloaded, so that's pretty good, I think. And again, we learned a lot from last year, and I think we've put some changes in because of what we learned.
So how are things going so far this year? You're what, 19 days in? So how are things going compared to last year, and how are things moving along?
Yeah, we're only 6 days in.
6 days in.
We started on the 14th. And of course, I don't have to tell you about band conditions. Everybody listening knows all about that. But today was a good day. Conditions were really good for us today, I think. So we're a little behind last year's numbers, but again, the bigger push always starts near the end of the event. So I would imagine that as we approach Christmas, we're going to do that. Some of the changes we made from last year is we are being very, very careful that the addresses in QRZ represent the address of the person that's operating. So in other words, when W2F, which is being run from Arizona, if you look in the QRZ page for W2F, you will see Gary's address in Arizona. So the automatic antenna pointing programs will not be pointing the antennas towards Long Island instead of towards Arizona. So we're careful with that. We did a much better job with that. Gary pointed that out to us last year, and we made that change. The other thing is we have more people involved in the event this year, so we're able to rotate the calls. We also have more people that have never done it before involved in the event, which I think has been great. It's like training people for where they're going to be next year, and that's worked out. So we've got the people that are used to operating special events and used to operating under pileup conditions, and boy, do we have pileups. They're in there. But the people that have never done it are learning from that. So it's been a very, very good thing, and I think that the changes we made are good. And I would imagine we're going to make changes next year too. It's bound to happen.
Well, it's a learning experience, and you're always going to find this or that you can change and make better as time goes on. And So I'm glad that you're paying attention to those things and improving on those things. Now, one of the things that I did, and I don't know if you saw the social media posts for advertising for this show, but one of the things that I put in there was a picture of you and Sally. That was at Field Day, I think, a couple of years ago. But the other picture was Danny Bonaducci standing on a ladder next to a tree. And a lot of people apparently did not get that was a partridge in a pear tree.
Oh my!
So we want to tell everybody they didn't they hadn't heard of Danny Partridge, I guess.
Oh, I guess so.
They hadn't heard of the Partridge Family. So
no.
So we had a picture of a partridge in a pear tree. So, it's not funny if you have to explain it.
No, it loses it if you have to explain it. But sometimes, and Kevin at Great South Bay would be first to. The best ones are the ones that go over everybody's head except for one person, and they get it, and one person gets it, that makes it all worth it. So it's good. That's a good one though.
Yeah, so if you're wondering, you're out there listening, wondering why in the world we posted a picture of a guy on a ladder next to a pear tree, that was it. His character on TV was Danny Partridge, so it was a partridge at a pear tree. Anyway, let's talk about this other event real quick before we go to break. That is your little baby on December 25th. So let's talk about that a little bit too.
Yeah, this was kind of funny. We were sitting at the club about 4 years ago, and it was approaching the holidays, or 3 years ago, or whatever it was, and I happened to mention, I don't know what brought up the Christmas birthday. I think someone said something about the best birthday, and I said, no, I have the best birthday. I was born on Christmas Day. Karen, KD2GUT, was also born on Christmas. So she said, hey, why don't we just do a thing on 2 meters? We'll just go on the air on Christmas Day and work a couple of people, and they can say happy birthday. And so we did it. We did our little mini special event. Then it grew. We did the same thing the second year. And then, of course, 12 Days of Christmas came along. And we said, well, why don't we slide in at the end of 12 Days of Christmas? We'll have a certificate you can download. And what happens? We get 200 contacts. So now Rick, one of the people from QST Magazine, he contacts us and he says, hey, I was born on Christmas. Can I join you guys on – he's an editor at QST. And he said, can I join you guys on Christmas Day? Now, he lives down in Florida, so we're going to have 3 operators this year on Christmas Day with the special event station K2B, Kilo 2 Bravo. And there's a special certificate for that if you work us on Christmas Day. So that's where that came from.
So if you're born on December 25th, this is for you.
Yes.
Check out K2B.
K2B.
Absolutely. Right. Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk a little more about the 12 Days of Christmas and some of the other things that are going on the air right now after this word from Tower Electronics right here on Ham Talk Live.
Hey, honey, have you seen the PL259s anywhere?
No, I haven't. Come on, kids. Let's go.
There's just one place to go for all of your connector needs.
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
A giant warehouse of connectors and adapters for every occasion. Thousands to choose from in every shape, size, and color. And they have antennas, soldering supplies, cables, meters, and more. Where do you go if you want to buy a connector at a fraction of retail cost?
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
And this weekend only, take advantage of our special liquidation sale. Buy 9 solder-type PL259s, get the 10th one for just 1 penny. They make great Christmas presents. And what better way to say I love you than with the gift of a PL259?
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
Hi, I'm Scott Cole, KB9AMM, president of Tower Electronics. I like the company so much that I bought it.
Tower Electronics, coming to a Hamfest near you or online at pl-259.com. And we're in the yellow pages under Amateur Radio Connectors.
My, wherever did you get that lovely PL259?
Tower Electronics, pl-259.com or call 920-435-2973.
Do we sell PL259 connectors?
Join the conversation. Give us a call at 812-NET-HAM1. That's 812-638-4261. Now, here's more Ham Talk Live. This is your announcer, Andy Morrison, K9AWM. Why else would I be talking like this? You're listening to Ham Talk Live with Neil Rapp.
Thanks to Scott and Jill at Tower Electronics. They just made the trek home from Florida up to Wisconsin, and now they're freezing because they were down in sunny Florida, and they're off of the Hamfest Trail for a couple of weeks for Christmas, but they'll be back out on the Hamfest Tour in January, but don't let that stop you. Just visit them online at pl-259.com. Ham Talk Live is on the air Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at hamtalklive.com. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and it's time for your calls now. So if you have a question for Lou, give us a call. It's 812-638-4261. Again, that number, 812-638-4261, or you can tweet us. It's at Ham Talk Live. And if you're listening to us on WTWW or on the podcast edition, we're not here because it's Thursday night right now. So sorry. And Sally just arrived. So can we get a hi from Sally?
We can. She wants to say hi.
Hi there, everybody in Radio Land.
So that's Sally, K2RYD, and she's home now. So we have her as well as Lou, NO2C, with us tonight. So again, give us a call, 812-638-4261, or tweet us, and we'll be talking about the 12 days of Christmas. So there's a one-by-one call sign for all of the 12 days, and you just collect all 12, and you can get your certificate. So, and I guess we should mention, where do they go to get the certificate?
If they go to the Great South Bay, which is www.gsbarc.org, and they go to the special events section, there's a link there to get the certificate. Or if you go to QRZ page for any one of the special event one-by-ones, they'll point you back to Sally's page, which is K2RYD, and there's a link right there to get you to where you can download the certificate.
Okay, so if you collect some of those, you can just go to GSBARC and look that up, or the QRZ page of all of those one-by-ones will get you there eventually. So make sure you check that out.
And that would be after the event is over.
Okay, very good. All right, well, again, give us a call if you have questions or comments about the 12 days of Christmas, 812-638-4261. Also want to give you an update for all of you out there in Radio Land on some of the other things that are going on this month, because there's a bunch of stuff going on. Yoda Month is kind of a new one for this region anyway. It's been around for a good while, but we haven't had too many U.S. operators. We did have one U.S. operator. The Lee family was on last year, and so we've kind of expanded that with the K8 YOT and A call signs, and that's going really well. They're on track for 100,000 worldwide. And in the U.S., we've got maybe around, I want to say it was right around 9-10% of that coming from the U.S. station. So they're racking up the queues. And so make sure you give them a call. And then the SantaNet, we mentioned that last week on 3916. They've got a new website, cqsanta.com, and they're starting at 8:15 Eastern. And then the Santa Watch Net is on Echolink. And Santa will be making his rounds, and it's the 9th year for this. And it's on the Dewdrop In conference server, which is 355-800 on Echolink. And so they're going to track Santa. So that starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Christmas Eve. Dave, N3NTV, will be calling the net and keeping track of where Santa's QTH is. And Santa may tune in and talk to some of the kids, too. So, again, Santa Watch Net, Christmas Eve, 6 p.m. Eastern on Dewdrop In, Echolink conference server 355-800. So those are some opportunities to talk to Santa and talk to some of the youth around the world. And then you've got the 12 days of Christmas, and we'll talk about that. We'll get back to that here in just a second. And then for the people who were born on Christmas Day, you've got the K2B special event. So all kinds of stuff going on this month. And Lou, I know you and Sally have been on all kinds of park activations, and you guys like to go out and set up and get on the air.
Well, I have to tell you something that happened to me the other day with Santa, which was a little bit disturbing. I worked PA 19 Xmas over in the Netherlands, and he got my call wrong.
Uh-oh.
Now, yeah, Santa gets your call wrong. That can't be good, right?
No, that can't be good. That's just going to get you on the wrong list.
Yeah. So the parks, we don't activate as many as we chase. So we do a lot of chasing. Sally is probably at around, she has worked 1,000 different parks. I'm at about 1,200 different parks that I've actually talked to around the world. And we actually have Julie is one of the operators for this special event. She's helping us out with this special event. And K8VOX, Julie, who is a big park activator. She does a lot of park activations. She has activated actually every single park in Michigan. And she's on and helping us out. She is W2C. So if you work W2C, you're working someone that does a tremendous amount of parks. But working the parks is a lot of fun. It's like a little D-expedition all the time. And we really enjoy doing it.
812-638-4261 is the phone number. If you want to chime in tonight, please give us a call right now at 812-638-4261. Well, Lou, before the show, you were telling me a little bit about some satellite opportunities for the 12 days of Christmas, and somehow I must have been an instigator on that, I guess, last year, trying out one of them. But now you've got all 12.
Yeah, you did. You were the one that inspired us to go out and do satellite. And Frank, WA2NDV, has volunteered. He didn't volunteer. I think we actually browbeat him.
Voluntold.
Voluntold, I think. Frank's he's done a lot of satellite operation, and he is going to operate. He's back from his cruise. He was on a cruise with his wife. They got back, and he's going to go on the air and do the all 12 stations via satellite. So there's going to be a chance to actually get a certificate with all satellite contacts. That, I think, is very cool.
That is pretty cool. So, last year I think I had one call sign on there, and so now you get two. Okay, so now we've got all 12. Well, we've got a caller on the line, so let's see who we have here tonight. Good evening. Welcome to Ham Talk Live.
Yeah, good evening. I hope this counts as a valid contact. This is
It
Whiskey
does.
2 Tango. one of the two turtle doves.
Whiskey 2 Tango.
KD2GUT.
Now, wait a minute. Wait. Are there... 12, let's see, 12, 11,
well, there
10.
were 4 turtle doves.
I'm trying to figure out if there's squirrels in the 12 days of Christmas.
Oh, well, you know you know what the squirrels want for Christmas.
Oh, the squirrels all want to come over to Karen's house.
Yep.
They're here. You wouldn't believe what's going on outside my door. I just got back from buying about a dozen bags of nuts. Don't ask. I know what I want for Christmas. I need a pecan tree. Well, I have to tell you, this is as incredible an event as Lou has described it. It is more fun this year than last year. It would help with the propagation cooperated, but that's sort of out of our control. But let me tell you, this is a blast. This is a blast. And a lot of the people we contact remembered us from last year and couldn't wait to work us. They remember us from the first. They remember us also from the birthday event. And they're like old friends. It's one of the nicest things to bring the ham community together at the holidays. Don't you think, Lou?
Oh, I agree. And Neil, one of the things that when someone says, well, what is it about this thing that makes it so special? I think if I had to sum it up in one thing, I would say, how often do you get to tell 12,000 people to have a great holiday? And that's what we do. We get to do it. Yeah, but you don't get to do it. We get to do it personally. We're actually talking directly to the people. So it's very cool.
Yeah, and by the way, unlike Santa Claus, we do try to get the call sign.
Yes.
So that's another plus. Our operators are listening. But it's a great gift. It's a great gift to the ham radio community, for the ham radio community. So much fun. And Lou, you didn't share with Neil a little secret about the birthday event? Interesting thing about the birthday event, we made the debut on HF, and we're doing it again this year. Remarkable thing is we are the same age as we were last year. We are not getting any older, but we are marking our birthdays anyway.
Yes. That is it's one of the things that you get from being exposed to 1,500 watts of RF. There you go. So, guys, I just wanted to check in, and the squirrels and I send our best. I'm going to get back on the air and start calling QRZ.
Well, now, if all it takes is 1,500 watts for you to not get a year older, I need to get an amplifier. And I had to look up because I remember doing this story for Newsline last year, and I just happened to remember one of the favorite lines, Karen, that you said for my story was, "That's a lot of birds."
Oh, yes.
In 12 days of Christmas, you've got a partridge in a pear tree, 2 turtle doves and the partridge in a pear tree. You've got 3 French hens, 4 calling birds, and then day 5 you got 10 birds again, and then you got 6 geese a laying, 7 swans a swimming. Day 8 you've got another 23 birds, 9, 10, 11, and 12 you've got another 23 birds. That's 184 birds.
And you know what the moral of the story is? Watch where you step.
Yes. And get a newspaper subscription.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't help you with that anymore, unfortunately.
184 birds, 1 certificate.
That's it.
Right.
12 birds, 1 certificate.
But because we have all those birds, the certificate will be winging its way to you via download.
And if you get all 12, you get that special clean sweep thing on there.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I happen to know the designer.
She'll say.
Okay, guys. Enjoy.
Thanks, Karen.
All right, thanks, Karen, for calling in.
Okay. Take care now. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. That's Karen E. Murray, KD2GUT, the editor at Newsline, and one of the birthday or Christmas birthday people, and she's getting back on the air. So we're going to wrap things up here, but yeah, if you go listen for W2T, because she's going to get right back on the air. So you can check that out. 812-638-4261. Let's take one last standby here for any calls, and let me check the tweets here. I was off looking up the number of birds, so I'm going to go back to Twitter here because I couldn't remember how many birds there were, but we got it, 184. So we did the math. All right. Looks like we're caught up on everything there. So again, the phone number 812-638-4261. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So right now we're sitting at about 3,500 queues. We have worked 40 different countries. We've worked all 50 states and about 700 counties. So we're going along pretty good. That's as of right now. But I know there's logs that I haven't updated yet. They'll come in later tonight. So we'll be updating. So we'll definitely be at 4,000 queues by tomorrow.
All right. That sounds great. And I'm sure it'll pick up next week as well as we get closer to Christmas. So I'm sure you'll rack up a whole bunch of queues and probably some birds.
Yes, birds, definitely some birds.
All right. Since Sally's there, Sally, you got anything you want to say here before we wrap things up?
She's on her way out to the barn.
Oh, she's left the building.
She's left the building. She has to go out and feed the horses. So she's doing that right now.
All right. Well, Lou, any final comments here?
I think that, again, the thing I said earlier, you get to wish 12,000 people a happy holiday, and I think it's a positive event. People get a kick out of it. It's a fun thing. You get to tell them Merry Christmas. And unlike the social media where you kind of put out these blasts, this is a one-on-one thing. We're actually talking to each person. And I think that's what makes it so special. Yeah, and they get to tell us Happy Holiday. It's a special thing. And Sally really, is doing a great job promoting this. So it's great.
Well, it's the second annual 12 Days of Christmas special event. Look for those call signs on the air here through Christmas, and then K2B on Christmas Day, and for the big birthday celebration. So happy birthday, by the way. A little early.
Thank you.
But happy birthday, and to Karen and to Rick. So that's great. So maybe you'll pick up a few more of those Christmas birthday people this year.
Yep.
Well, thanks so much, Lou, for coming on the show, and you and Sally for putting this on, and I wish you the best of success through the rest of the event, and a Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you from the 12 Days of Christmas. 73. Right. And have a great holiday.
You too. Well, that is a wrap for this week's Ham Talk Live. Thanks to Lou, NO2C, and everybody out there for listening, calling in, typing in. And I decided we're going to take next Thursday off. So we're not going to have a show next Thursday. So I invite you back 2 weeks from tonight, January 2nd at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be back. And for a list of all of our upcoming guests, go to hamtalklive.com. And if you like the show, please leave us a review. We don't ask for money. We don't ask for funding. But we need reviews. So if you can leave us a review, that'll help others find us faster, and that'll help us out too. So for now, this is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, saying 7375. Merry Christmas, and may the good DX be yours.